yeah. Brassy girls everywhere, titty ass hands in the air, somebody over here, shaking for the man of the year, man of the year.
What's good, people? Northside Jimmy Bones here with a super late review. Maybe, a year and a half overdue, but whatever. I just got around to beating the game. This is my review of Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm going to go over pros and cons, what I think, was improved on over the first game. And I'm going to start off with one of the biggest upsides of this game with the graphic. The look of the game is great, especially in the latter part of the game. I think I'll plug that gameplay in the background here. It's a lighting scene with a lot of fire. It's like kind of like a boss fight, which is kind of a negative of the game in itself. Some of the boss fights kind of didn't really feel like they held a lot of weight. The set pieces though are kind of like their own like separate game though, like the running sections when you running through a tomb where you're running alongside the cave trying to escape, and then you have helicopters chasing you and shooting missiles at you. That stuff looks amazing, and it definitely like rivals Uncharted. Those set pieces are amazing. But yeah, like the lighting in the game is great, the graphics are great. I played on PC, 60, like game looks great. I think we all know that by now. The movement felt pretty much the same as the first one, which isn't bad at all, but I'd say what would hold the gameplay back compared to Uncharted, which it will be compared to Uncharted, which it was, and is still being compared to Uncharted, is the animations, I guess. The animations aren't as slick or as sleek or, as fluid as Uncharted, pretty much. The way she kind of like scurries to the left or right when you hit the B button. Like when you hit the dodge button or the roll button, it's not as fluid as Uncharted. Nathan Drake does the whole roll in any direction. She kind of like scurries. It doesn't look as good. The movement really the AI's movement is great. It'll flank you, throw grenades. You have to adapt to the environment. Gameplay overall is great. The shooting felt great. So, no points deducted there. I thought the story was definitely passable. The voice acting didn't really sell me too much. I'm not a big fan of Lara Croft's. The voice actor for Lara Croft does a lot of screaming, whining, and it kind of seems a little out of place for this big grand warrior. Maybe that's just me though. But yeah, I thought the story was pretty average. A story hunter challenge where she's trying to uncover more secrets and whatnot. At the end of the game, we does set up a sequel for the next game. I believe, the name got dropped for it either yesterday or the day before, like Rise of the Legacy or Legacy of the Tomb Raider, something along those lines. I could be completely off, but I feel like that's what I remember. But overall, it is a big improvement over the 2013 Tomb Raider game. E3's coming up, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see another, Tomb Raider sequel being shown at Microsoft's press conference. We all know Microsoft ain't got nothing else really to show. The characters overall, though, I thought were pretty solid. The main bad guy, he isn't in the game a lot, but when he is there, he is like the main, baddie, of course, in the game. And then he's using his sister to, the guys he's working for are using him to find this stone or whatever. The story didn't really explain too much. It's at the end of the game, they showed a big cutscene where a bunch of like army ghosts try to attack you, and then you end up smashing. I don't want to spoil the game. Well, if you haven't played it up by now, it's great overall though. I got it for I think 30 or 40, which is definitely worth it. It's got a lengthy story and an even longer story if you want to be a completionist. I finished it in I think like 14-15 hours, and that was just straight story. Like I didn't sidetrack or anything, so it's definitely at least a 20-hour game. But that's pretty much it. Northside, doses.